Alright, today marks the last segment on this particular segment. I have prepared a review of African artists who throughout 2018 have pushed the limits of creativity to address social, racial and environmental issues. It's simply impossible to talk art in 2018 without making a quick reference to the works of art looted on the continent during the colonial era. African curators have been calling for the return of these objects, particularly after the opening of the Museum of Black Civilizations in Dakar, Senegal. More and more identical cultural centers are beginning to emerge across the continent, pending the return of tens of thousands of pieces, which according to experts represents 90% of Africa's cultural heritage.
Decolonizing art history is a fundamental step Africans are going to take, that we have to take, to demonstrate that these artworks, the discourses that were produced on these artworks, wherever they don't fit, we need to dismantle.
No work illustrates the effect of art on collective consciousness better than the portrait of Tutu, an African princess and a true icon in Nigeria. This portrait of a Yoruba woman, painted by the late Ben Nwonwu, a contemporary artist of Igbo origin, became a symbol of national reconciliation after the Biafra War from 1967 to 1970. Lost from view after being last exhibited in 1975, Tutu was found in London apartment in February. Thankfully, ArtX Lagos got hold of it and finally had it on exhibition.
I wanted to create a platform that would place artists on a pedestal, that would see them be acknowledged for the geniuses that they are.
African artists who capture history through their art, like Epaphroditus Binamungo, has been painting and sculpting for 45 years. He describes Rwandan culture and true to his roots in his latest series entitled Changes in the Mood of Sun. In each painting, he played with colors.
I put a red dot in most of my paintings. The red dot is a reminder of the dramatic time that Rwandans lived through when the genocide happened. We must always remember this part of our history because it happened. It teaches us a life lesson. It teaches us humanity, and that is why I put it in.
Mr. MT, one of South Africa's leading graffiti artists, has used his 15 years of experience to participate in a City of Gold project, an initiative that transformed the aesthetics of abandoned neighborhoods in his hometown, Johannesburg.
It's quite an upgrade too, because some of these buildings are like old abandoned buildings and they're deteriorating. So, I mean, it gives it like some life. It doesn't look like a dangerous area anymore.
The Ivorian Desire Kofa also wants to show his community a new way of doing things. While Abidjan's residents produce nearly 1,500 tons of electronic waste each year, Desire has found a way to turn some of these garbages into art and money.
My number one objective is to try in my own way to reduce electronic waste found on the streets and in garbage bins.
Desire Kofa is currently one of Abidjan's most prominent young artists, a symbol of the new generation of African artists shaking up contemporary arts. Interesting, isn't it? So that's it for the last segment of the year. There is no doubt that we will be talking again about the issue of returning African works of art to the continent. And we have just seen in the report many countries are now creating structures capable of preserving these pieces. Speaking of that, next year I will take you on a visit to the African Circle Museum, the first museum of the city of Pointe Noire, which opened this month. Until then, I wish you a happy new year.
Rendez-vous en 2019. Bye bye.